moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. And tonight, we've got Denver playing against Los Angeles. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Murray.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Gary Harris. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Jokic in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, they've got LeBron James. Anthony Davis is out there with Howard. Then it's Green. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. Clark, you admire rebounding. You were a terrific rebounder yourself. What makes these teams so great on the glass?
Well, Kevin, a few things. One, they emphasize it. They prioritize rebounding the basketball. And then they send everybody to the glass. A lot of guys for each of these teams goes to the board, and the work ethic is outstanding.
That hustle, and you were a hustler, but I know you admire that as much as anything, don't you?
That's a big part of rebounding, hustling.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now here's LeBron. Left side Rondo. Right side Davis. 5 to shoot. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. James with it. Now guarded by Murray. And there it is for him.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Los Angeles' head coach gave me a few minutes. Nikola Jokic has made a name for himself as one of the best big men in the game. Coach told me it all revolves around him. We've got to be sharp when he has the ball. Kevin, that's difficult because Jokic has passing lanes that others simply don't see.
Thank you, David. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. Here's Murray. 17 points for him last game against Minnesota.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Now Green following the three-point attempt by Jamal Murray. Green, the pass to LeBron over Murray. And James gets it to go on the assist by Green.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You've got to wrap him up. You've got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion because contact other than that doesn't bother him.
Now here's Millsap, and the rebound goes to Howard.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Millsap grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Denver shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Free throw good. Porter.
Yeah, a former 5-star recruit. We know about the talent level with Porter, but he's also a mature, hard-working guy.
He hits both from the stripe.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Rondo against Murray. And it's Davis at the elbow. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
And he's able to get it back. Murray against Rondo. Out to Harris. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper.
He's really a dangerous perimeter shooter. Harris is great at cashing in from this spot on the floor. I love the way Gary Harris has played early in his career, but I think last season was solid, but a step back from what he was hoping for. His scoring and shooting dipped, and he just couldn't seem to find the consistency that he wanted all season long.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. High, arcing shot. Porter pulls it in. And for Harris, not the way he wanted to start the first year of his 4-year deal.
And, you know, given that he was in and out of the lineup and fighting injuries, I don't think it's something that he should worry about. I mean, Harris is still an outstanding player. He's got tremendous upside, and I think he's going to be outstanding as he grows in the league.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Markieff Morris comes in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Danny Green. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. Will Barton, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And Morris subbed in for Gary Harris. Grant against Morris. And again, Denver no good.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
The shot's good from Kuzma.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
Murray, good.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. Morris inside. Grant on him. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight. Grant. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Left side Rondo. Kuzma with it. Now guarded by Barton. And the wide open shot from Morris. It's good on the putback.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Grant over Morris. Off the left rim and out.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Morris with the bucket.
Assist from Mason Plumlee.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Rondo scanning the floor. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Denver making a switch here. Conley's checked in. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Denver trails by 3. Morris finds Murray. Here's Vonleh. Knocked away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
So it's Denver now. Morris passes to Murray. from outside the arc, drains the three-pointer. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Got to give respect to the range of Murray. And he can nail it from distance.
Tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Dion Waiters. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's McGee in at the 5 spot. Mark, who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Boy, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a
Something,
joy
isn't he? Wow.
to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep three. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good names. So on the floor for Denver, Murray out there with Monte Morris. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Vonleh. And it's Plumlee in at the 4. Now here's Barton, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. Here's Murray. And again, it's Denver.
One of the things Murray does well is shoot the mid-range shot. He's actually deadly from there. Can't give him that kind of room.
Waiters gets a wide-open look. Those three-pointers off the mark. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. The pass to Rondo. The wide-open look here for Kuzma. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight. Up top, Morris. He's covered by Rondo. Shot on the wing. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Morris.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Anthony Davis comes in for Morris. James checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Green in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Denver, Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Michael Porter comes in for Morris. And Harris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Waiters. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Howard's shot is good.
Imposing his will down there. Howard feels like he can score anytime he wants from this area.
And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And that one misses.
This guy, Gary Harris, is a player on the rise. I love how confident he is. He knows he belongs in this league.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Outside, Davis. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 5. Takes a 3.
Rugged, determined defender. Seeing Harris's hustle and using his quickness on this end, man, I like that.
And he converts the layup. Harris has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch. even better finish.
Waiters passes to James. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Green against Barton. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Howard finds James. Waiters outside. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. The league's long-distance Bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
Take a look at Murray. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And, Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Los Angeles leading by 3.
You'd have to go far and wide to find any fan that doesn't enjoy watching Nikola Jokic play. This big fella is so smooth. He's got guard skills in a big man's body, and his game is so efficient. I love watching him work.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Millsap passes to Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And with Jokic, passing and playmaking, Clark, are his trademarks.
Well, I tell you what, the Joker is some kind of special as a big guy. His passing and touch and field and shot making, he really impressed me with all of that. He does everything you want from a center on the offensive end of the court and does it in his own unique, special way. He's a delight to watch.
Now here's Waiters, following the miss by Paul Millsap. Waiters surveying the D. Shoots from 12. That one falls.
Timeout.
Waiters got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Denver calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dion Waiters. And then for Denver, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Jokic. And it's Jamal Murray in for Will Barton. Murray, he dishes it to Millsap. Back to Murray, over James. Here's Grant, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Now LeBron, following the miss by Gary Harris from deep. Floats one, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Los Angeles.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And James drills them both.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And Davis throws it down.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down, and he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Murray. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Green gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Murray finds Grant 13 feet away. And the turnover again by Denver.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
1 second left. Doesn't go for him. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Los Angeles leads by 16. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. And guys, for Los Angeles, Kenny?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they've generated. It's pretty to watch. Very good.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Anthony Davis is out there with Howard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Green. And it's James in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Back to Harris. And Murray now top of the key. Just 4 to shoot. It doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Here's James. Look, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Pass to Davis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Plumlee, he's checked in for Denver. Morris comes in for Murray. Jokic draws the double. Out to Morris. They need this. Traps in the tray. Morris has got 7. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Here's Rondo. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Morris. Harris kicks to Morris. Harris dishes to Plumlee. Denver passing it around. Porter passes to Jokic. Over Morris. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
Harris against James. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Jokic. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron. And McGee kicks to Morris. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 7.
Kick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And looking at the Suns matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, I've got mad respect for the way Barton carries himself. I mean, he's a terrific teammate. He does everything he can to impact winning.
Waiters outside. Morris trying to free himself up, and Waiters with the bucket on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Morris looking over the floor. Over Morris. Poked away. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? Second, Rajon Rondo. 4th, LeBron James.
It's made the fans of both those guys, I think, extremely happy, seeing the way they've been passing and sharing the ball.
Kuzma passes to Morris. He kicks to McGee. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a switcher also for Denver. Grant's checked in. Morris with the bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And Plumlee kicks to Grant. Here's Morris. And again, Denver no good. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 19-7 run. Passes it to Morris. Shoots from the corner. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. For Denver, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Howard comes in for Morris, and it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Denver, Paul Millsap is checked in for Plumlee. Torrey Craig comes in for Barton. And Murray subbed in for Gary Harris. The shot's good from McGee.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
Here's Millsap. Excellent D that time there from McGee. And so it's Los Angeles, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Paul Millsap, and it's Grant in at the power forward position. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look, tips it up.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Craig passes to Daniels, shoots over Bradley, and that one's good. Daniels has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Denver. With the teardrop, and Grant sends it back. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Denver. Denver calls timeout. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team, he means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Clark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Daniels kicks to Vonleh, pass to Craig. Daniels with it. Denver calls timeout.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Bradley against Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The pass to Jokic, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Kuzma outside. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
And he sinks the second. Denver's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Murray against Bradley. Murray, the pass to Jokic. To the middle, here's Grant. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
carving up the defense with excellent passes like there. Jokic, a big man with great vision.
Kuzma outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. LeBron comes in for Caldwell Pope. Green, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Grant surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Davis. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Fade away, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist from Cook.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Denver calls timeout. You look at James, what a contribution.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Here's Murray. Makes it off the glass.
No answer for Murray from the defense so far. Absolutely ferocious at taking it inside.
LeBron against Porter. Unloads from 13. Again, Los Angeles.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Jokic. Here's Millsap. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles leading by 22.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Daniels inside the line. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Stolen away, and here we go with Morris running it up the court. Off target from outside. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Here's Morris. Lays it up and banks it in.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
McGee in the corner. Outside Bradley. And he lobs it up toward the rim. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control operating.